Feeling cute, might join Camp NaNoWRIMO at the very last second. Also might delete all of my writing later. Who knows? Hey all, it's July 1st, so happy Canada Day to all of my fellow Canadians out there, and happy first day of Camp NaNoWRIMO for all of you campers. So if you are participating in Camp NaNoWRIMO, leave that in the comments and let me know what you're working on. But for me, it's going to be a little bit of a different camp for me, I think. So I've been looking forward to doing camp kind of all year. I'd expected to start a brand new book and be finished with my last project, but things did not quite work out how I expected. Things changed a lot during the year, and then like June happened. So for me, if you've been following me anywhere else, you'll know after about the first week of June, I really struggled. I have not put anything on social media. I was not releasing videos. I did not write. I did not use my planner. I actually wiped my entire Kanban board. I pulled down all of my goals, everything. It's completely blank right now, and just scrapped everything because it was actually kind of demotivating for me. Basically there's been some personal life stuff that's happening in my life. There were some external events, but a lot of it was things about myself that have taken a long time coming for me to realize and kind of lean into. So there is a meme out there I've read somewhere that a caterpillar doesn't just grow wings to be a butterfly. It actually has to break down into like a primordial goo and be kind of reborn again. So for me, June was pretty gooey. It was one of those things where I had to spend a lot of self-reflection time, a lot of self-care time, and emotionally and mentally, I did not have the capacity for anything. And it wasn't even necessarily creative. Like even in my own life and just day-to-day tasks, I just kind of floated between, running kids where they needed to go, doing my day job, and trying to work through the things that I needed to work through. To be completely honest with you, July is still going to be pretty gooey for me, I think, but it's starting to get better. So I had originally decided that I wasn't going to do camp because I thought that would be too much for me. However, throughout this process, I've also realized that writing is super duper important, as if I didn't already know that, but being away from it has really solidified that for me. So coming back, I do really want to get my writing back up. So I'm not necessarily going to be going back to social media right away. There's a lot of things about that publishing side of stuff that I'm still probably going to take a break on, but I do want to get some writing done, and I do want to move forward with my projects. That being said, I'm going to be keeping a very low goal for Camp NaNoWRIMO. Fortunately, this is not the regular NaNoWRIMO where you normally do about 50,000 words, so you can really set your own goal. So for me, for this month, basically what I'm going to do is my goal is to write more days than I don't. There are 31 days in July, which means I would need to write at least 16 days within the month. And I think that's totally doable, and I just want to get that consistency going. Ideally, I'm going to be doing more than that, but I don't really know how it's going to play out. And like I said, still going to be pretty gooey for July. So there is the possibility that I'm going to lose some of that time. But I do really want to try to move forward because I have projects and characters that need to get on my head and get on that page and get out there into people's hands so they can read them. So that's going to be my goal, is writing more days than I don't. I'm not putting word counts in there. I'm not restricting the amount of time. It's a matter of getting in there, doing the work, and whatever comes of it, comes of it. And that's kind of where I'm going to start, and then hopefully see where my progress is and reassess in August of where things are going to be. So what exactly am I going to be writing during this amount of time? Well, I originally had planned to draft 2.5 books this year and then publish 2 of them. So coming into July, not having a book completely finished, I have worked on some, but I'm not completely done. That means that I'm going to be really strapped for time in terms of publishing. So I will be lucky to get maybe 1 book published this year, just because, drafting is only part of it. You still need to do the self-editing process. I need to get it to an editor, possibly have to wait until they have availability, have them edit it, come back, go through those edits, make any necessary changes, formatting, proofreading, all that kind of stuff. And I don't want to rush that process. I'd rather put out a better product and it'd be a little longer to get to it than try to rush something out just because it's been a while since I released a book. And technically, I feel like I've kind of dropped the ball a little bit there anyway. So if I'm going to come back, I want to come back strong with a consistent amount of releases and a plan going forward, as opposed to putting out a book causing chaos in my life and then having to, you know, wait and make readers wait even longer. I think one break is probably enough for them, so that's good. So those 2.5 books that I plan on drafting, though, could technically still happen if I get my butt in gear and get stuff done. So I am going to be focusing on those 3 books. I don't know which one I'm going to be particularly going to be writing, because I have one that I'm going to be focusing on, but the other 2, those characters have definitely been talking to me. Those stories are coming up in my head and bubbling up. So I'm just going to work on whatever speaks to me at the time. So if I sit down to write and the book that I'm focusing on is not working, but I still have, you know, some scenes or thoughts for this other book, I'm going to work on that. I just want to keep moving forward, and it might be moving forward in inch pieces over a couple of projects, or maybe I'm going to get in that flow and the one focus project that I'm working on is just going to happen. So I'm going to kind of wait and see on that, because I would rather write than not write and just kind of get that momentum going for myself again. And I think having 3 partially finished books at the end of July is better than having hardly anything on one book. So those are my goals. Write anything that's basically on my list of things that I had planned to write for 2022, and write more days than I don't. What's your goal? Make sure you put it in the comments, and I would love to hear about it. But wish me luck. We have 31 days to go.
As they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day.
Hey everyone, it's April 10th and I'm doing my writing day that I normally do with my friends, usually the first Sunday of every month, but this month it was the weekend of both Canada Day and Independence Day, so we decided to push it to the second weekend. So I'm excited to get some stuff done here. I'm going to be spending a lot of the day formatting, actually. I promised a friend that I would format her short story that she is going to be putting up for Christmas. It's a Christmas romance short story. So I had promised I was going to do that back in June, and then I forgot about it, and then I just got reminded of it recently, so I'm going to spend the time doing that. When I format my books, I format them in vellum, and I absolutely love it. There's some really cool features and stuff that I can't wait to play with that they've just put in the new editions. So hopefully I will get through this and then I'll still get some words done afterwards. However, if anybody's interested in vellum, I could definitely do a video talking about the things that I like about vellum and why I really like that program. Some people don't like it because it is only Mac based. I know that there is a PC based one called Atticus, but I really like vellum, and I tend to run a Mac anyway, just because it's the platform that I like to use, and I use an iPhone. So if you would like to hear more about that, just leave that in the comments and I will consider doing a video. But if nobody's really interested, then I probably won't bother. So I'm going to get back to this formatting, lots of fun snowflakes and romance, and then I'm going to hopefully get some words in.
Way back a year ago, I've changed for the better this time. I thought...
Hey everyone, it's April 19th, and so far this week is sucking for writing, and last week sucked too. I did get some stuff done on the weekend though, which was very positive, but I have some deadlines at work where I've just been working a lot in the evening, so I either straight up don't have time to write later, or by the time I finish working, I'm just done. I've got some deadlines. I know I have more deadlines up till probably like late tomorrow. So I'm hoping that, you know, going into this weekend, I'm going to be starting to get more words in again. So far, this month has kind of been on and off, and I'm taking what I can get. It hasn't necessarily all been productive words. I did have one day where I wrote and then I just scrapped the whole scene that I was working on, but I did write and I did count it. And there are some days where I've been working on plotting or outlines and stuff like that. So I do count that as writing work because I am moving my project forward, and it's still better than not doing anything. So I'm going to get back to work, but I just wanted to give you a check-in of, you know, where things are at. And there's a chance that I'll still do okay. Like, I might be able to rally after this deadline and manage to get in my more days of writing than not, but right now we'll just have to see. Right now, the work comes first, and sometimes you can guess that it's coming, sometimes you can't. That's one of the, I guess, worst things about being a part-time writer is, you know, you don't quite make enough on your writing to go full-time because you're not writing like a full-time writer. But on the same note, sometimes it's really hard to actually do any of it because you are spending time full-time to pay for, you know, your house and all that kind of stuff. So it's a vicious circle until you get going, but I'm gonna keep plugging at it and we're gonna see where it goes. All right, back to work. Hey everyone, it's July 25th, and as you can tell, I am outside. I'm actually at the beach with the kiddos. They are doing this like bouncer thing out in the water, so I figured I would take this opportunity to get some planning kind of done. So I am working on kind of two projects right now. One of my main projects that I've been working on for a while, and I'm also doing some series plotting for another book that I'm working on. So I figured it was just easier, rather than taking my computer here and having it where it could get sand in it and all that gross stuff, that I could just, you know, handwrite. And sometimes when I'm handwriting, things come a little bit easier. So we'll see how that goes. So far, I kind of have like a really good series structure for this. It's just really fleshing out those details and seeing kind of what I want to do with this other book. And yeah, so things have been coming slower than I expected, which I kind of also expected because I've been a bit behind, but I am slowly getting words in a little bit all the time. And I feel like the momentum's starting to kick up. So I don't know how you're doing for camp. I will have to look again at my calendar to see how I am in terms of days. I know it's really close in terms of more days than not, but we've still got a few days, and if I can keep going strong until the end of the month, then there is the possibility that I could still make that writing more days than not goal that I set at the beginning of the month. So wish me luck, and for right now, I'm going to get some more plotting done. The other fun thing I did is I always have to take advantage of wherever I am, and I had an idea for a series that I haven't even started yet, but I decided to take some fun photos because it would be kind of summary. So I did that for this potential series that I haven't even started, but whatever, it's on my phone and I might use it someday, I might not, but maybe it'll give me a nice push to get going on getting my current stuff done so I can start that one. Hey everyone, it is July 26th. I think it's the 26th of July, and it is a Tuesday, and I'm really excited for what I'm doing today. I'm doing some research before I get back into my writing. I've been writing quite a bit this week, so I've written on Sunday, I've written on Monday. I'm going to be writing later today as well once I finish up what I've been doing. I've also been doing some research with my friends and asking questions and doing all that sort of stuff. So even if I don't write today, I do count it as a writing day because I'm trying to move forward on my manuscript, but I will definitely be getting words down. So I'm excited about that. So what am I doing right now? First off, I am hanging out with this really cool candle that I just got today, and the wick seems to be really coming down here, so we don't have a lot of flame, but it's this really cool candle. It's got some really neat stuff there in the top, and it's supposed to help with creativity and getting rid of blocks and negative energy and all that kind of stuff. And even if it doesn't, it smells really, really great. It's kind of got this like cologne kind of dark, mysterious kind of smell to it, and I really, really like it. So yay for that. And I'm sitting here right now with my tarot cards. So I do have a couple of decks that I'm working with, and I am doing some research for my book. So the book I am working on definitely has tarot elements in the story, and I want to make sure that I'm using the right cards that I'm describing. So I have been working with tarot for a little bit. I wouldn't consider myself a professional by any stretch of the imagination, but I do understand some of the cards and stuff. So I am trying to work that into my story, and I want to make sure I'm picking the cards that make the most sense to go along with the plot. So I am going to be working on that. Oops. Candles and puppies do not go well together, but I'm going to be working on that and going through the cards and going through my guidebooks and figuring out what is going to be the best cards to incorporate into my plot. So this is going to be fun for me. I'm really excited about it, and then I'm going to get back to writing. I hope you're doing well with your goals, and I'll check in with you later.
I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright. And for the first time in a long time, I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot.
It is July 31st and I made it. If you counted all those little stars on the calendar, that means that I had 17 days out of 31 days that I was writing. And my goal was to do at least 16. In my head, I was hoping it was going to be way more than that, but you know, I'll take whatever I can get. There were some sketchy times in the middle there where you can see big blank spaces during the week, during the work week, as I had some deadlines to do, and I definitely rallied in that last week trying to hit that goal. I haven't actually tallied up all the words that I had, but I did have it on 2 projects. I did say I was going to be working on 3, but I basically bounced between 2 projects. I did outlining on some of them. I definitely did writing on both of them, so both of them have moved forward. Some days were just, you know, the one sprint and I called it a day, and some were a little bit longer, or I did a couple sprints and then I spent some more time brainstorming to be ready for the next day. So both projects are definitely moving forward and I'm feeling really good about that, and I'm hoping that August is going to be even better. But to celebrate, I am working on some formatting right now. As I said, I think earlier in this video, I do my formatting in vellum. I absolutely love vellum. So I've got a book that's, the rights are coming up from the publisher in about 7 months or so. So I'm just kind of getting everything lined up. I did get the cover redone, as they wouldn't be giving me the cover, and I worked with Molly Phipps from We Got You Covered, and she is just absolutely amazing. I kind of gave her a very basic outline on what the existing cover looks like, and she just totally knocked it out of the park. So I cannot wait to show that to you and do a cover reveal. It's like, oh, so good. It's like one of my favorite covers now. And unfortunately, I don't feel right doing it at this point, just because I haven't really got my rights back yet and I don't really want it in too much of a public forum. But as soon as I am allowed to do that, I will definitely have it up. And I want to get the formatting done for this book and ready to go and up on Ingram sooner than later, probably by the 15th of August if I can do it. I know that I have a lot of time to do this, but technically I don't need to do much with this book. It's already been released. We've already been through edits. We've already been through that sort of stuff. So I'm going to do a quick check to make sure that nothing's missing and that all the files are okay, and then do all that formatting and get it uploaded. There are 3 reasons, maybe 4, but I think 3 reasons that I need to get this done sooner than later. One is that Ingram now has a code on right now until August 31st that you can set up a book for free. So I can set up the book on Ingram, but I don't need to enable distribution. So then that way I'm not going against my contract by like trying to sell this book, but I could technically put it up, pay the fee, and then it's ready to go. And then as soon as I get my rights back, all I have to do is just, you know, flip on distribution and off it goes. This also helps with if there's any issues with the paperback, or it takes a while with Ingram back and forth, trying to get the formatting correct, because sometimes they will, you know, reject things and you don't even know why and you need to figure it out. But that gives me some time to go back and forth and get that sorted. Number 2, I'm actually going on a writing retreat in Minneapolis in September, and I'm so excited about that. And shipping to Canada is just banana pants. So I have a friend who's in Illinois who's going to be driving to Minneapolis to meet up with me, and she has agreed that if I have anything that I want to order from stateside, I can just ship it to her house and she'll bring it to me at the retreat, and then that way I don't have to pay the crazy shipping and customs and stuff cross-border. Because we're writing, I probably won't be doing a lot of shopping, so I have a lot of, you know, purchase room for duty and taxes when I'm coming back. So I would really like to order a proof of this book and send it to her house, and then she can bring it and I can check it out, make sure everything is exactly how it's supposed to be. I'm using some of the new features in vellum that I haven't used before, so I really, really want to get a proof copy, which is the 3rd reason. I really want to get a proof copy and see how these things look. It's some different like page colors and stuff and different shading that I haven't really worked with before, and I want to make sure that it's readable and that it makes sense and that it looks cohesive as a book. So if it doesn't really work out too well, or it's not as pretty as it looks on screen, then I have an opportunity to make those changes, redo the formatting, and have it up and ready to go before the book would actually release. So that's the 3 reasons essentially why I am trying to get this done as quick as possible, and I've been working on it a little bit over time, bits and pieces, but I'm finally getting towards the end of it. So I think I'm just going to buckle down now that I've reached my goal to get this formatting done, get it done like today or over the next couple of days, and then it's completely off my plate and I can send it off to Ingram and we will be moving forward that way. So I cannot wait to show you that cover, but I'm really excited that I actually hit my goal for this month. I've been feeling for a long time that, you know, I just haven't been hitting my goals, and I keep coming on this channel going, going, I'm gonna do this, and then I never do. So it's very, I don't know, wonderful and uplifting for me to be able to actually hit one of my goals, and I'm really hoping this momentum keeps up for August. So how did you do with your Camp NaNoWRIMO goals? What was your goal? Did you hit it? And what are your plans for August? What are you working on? Let me know.